What is going on, everybody? It is Daniel Wright, and you are listening to another episode of Paving the Way. Man, am I glad to be here talking to you on a beautiful Saturday morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And what I'm going to do is jump right into it because I'm sure you've got a lot of things to do today, as do I. And I want to touch base on something that was brought to my attention. And that is that on the last episode that I did this past Wednesday on the Chick-fil-A way, on a lot of the quotes that I went over from a podcast that I listened to from the Entree Leadership podcast on Chick-fil-A and kind of how they do things, how they built their business, what they stand for, so on and so forth. When I did that, I apparently had some connectivity issues with the internet while I was recording the show. And one of the quotes, which actually happens to be kind of one of my favorite out of that entire list, was chopping in and out and sounded absolutely horrible. So I will elaborate on that one today, and we can kind of just take it from there. So the quote that got chopped up because of internet issues on the last one was that a lot of businesses use the people to grow the business, but very few people see the business as an opportunity to grow the people. So what I was kind of touching on or trying to touch on the last one is that just what that says, that a lot of business owners, whether it's small business, big corporations, whatever it may be, a lot of them, unfortunately, start viewing the people who come into their organizations as just people, as tools, as machines, as robots to just get the things done. And they use them to grow their business. Eventually, people see it. They feel it. They know it. They don't feel appreciated. They feel like a number on a wall. They feel like just, a paycheck that's getting paid and, something that's getting done, whether it's like an assembly business in a factory, a server somewhere that's serving food, a technician for an HVAC company, whatever it may be. A lot of these people will start feeling that sooner than later. When a business can actually take their platform and the opportunity that they have to make an impact and make a difference on people, society, and industry, things like that, when they can take that platform and use it as an opportunity to grow the people, from what I have learned over 15 years of being involved in business, is that your business will grow. It will grow as a byproduct of growing the people. And we actually went to the extent last year because this was, so last year, 2022, I knew going into it, just the things we had coming down the pipe, it was going to be a big growth year for us. And I knew we were going to try to, bring on a lot of new people, new, team members. And I knew that I said, if we don't build the people and train them and build them up, not just for our industry and for the services we offer, but as humans in general, if we don't build them, our company will suffer. It will not do better. It will be like trying to pull people along that are parachutes or anchors. And so we actually went to the extent that we had a bunch of plastic cups that had our logo on them on one side, and on the back it just says "We build people." And they were cups we took into some trade shows, handing them out, things like that. And I kind of wanted it as something to be like, well, what the heck does this mean? What do you mean we build people? You're a parking lot company. Why are you talking about building people? And it's because I Daniel Wright, as the owner of the company, I get a genuine interest and fulfillment out of building individuals, out of having conversations with people, out of trying to, help brainstorm, maybe issues they have going on personally or professionally, and figure out how we can grow them through it. Because, kind of like, every opportunity is or every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, right? So when you see that in people, that you have the chance to use your foundation, your platform as a business to grow the people, I can pretty much promise you that your business will grow as a byproduct. Because you can't tell me that if you invest in growing them to be leaders, not only of themselves, but also of other people. If you invest in their knowledge of what they're trying to do for your company, if you invest in how they handle relationships personally or professionally, if you invest in teaching them habits for their lives to be able to when you're walking by a piece of trash on the ground, that hey, just get in the habit of pick up the trash. those little microscopic things that you can invest in the people with will create a better business. It happens. It's not negotiable. You can't have great people in your organization and have a bad business. That doesn't mean you can't have a bad business model. It doesn't mean you can't be bad at sales. It doesn't mean you can't be bad at, tracking your finances. So don't think that just if you have great people, all of a sudden, your business just exists. But as far as if you have a good business model, if you know how to track sales and finances and things like that, when it comes to growing your business, growing something that's already working, not growing something that's broken. When it comes to growing your business and you put the right people in it and then you grow the right people in it, your business will grow. It goes back to one of the other quotes that I talked about on the last podcast was, if we get better, our clients will demand that we get bigger. So put the effort in on growing the people and make them better. Send them home from work as better husbands, better wives, better, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, whatever they may be to the people they go home to. Make them, become a better person because of being in an environment that you provide. And to this day, it hasn't failed me. And we've had people who, quite frankly, haven't wanted to be grown, or built, so to speak. And those individuals end up weeding themselves out because if you push them long enough to say, hey, this is what we expect, we need you to grow, we need you to, keep progressing and growing and making moves forward, and they don't want to do it, then they're either going to level up or level out. And I'm okay with both options, because we only have so much time, effort, and energy that we can put into the individuals in our lives. And if they're not wanting to go the places we want to go as an organization, it will bring us back. Like I said earlier, they become a parachute or an anchor. So make sure that make sure that you have the right motives behind what you're trying to do with the people who come into your organization. Two, make sure that you have some sort of a platform or a plan that's going to solidify your intent for them to grow. Some way that they can develop and grow and progress as humans, in their personal lives, but also in their professional lives. And then step three is make sure that you're holding these individuals accountable. And that also includes yourself. If you're the leader listening to this, make sure you're holding yourself accountable. Are you the type of leader that they want to look up to? If you're not, there's probably a good reason why you don't have individuals that are, as great as you want them to be in your company or in your organization. So make sure you give them the platform, give them the foundation, help lay out the building blocks in front of them, grow the people, and see what happens to your business. I'd love to know what happens. We're going into springtime. A lot of the people who are probably watching this or listening to this, maybe in the contracting industry. So as we go into the springtime, and if you focus on building your people over building your company this year, I would love to hear the feedback in 6 months from now as we're going into fall and see how that worked out for you. Because I can promise you it's not going to hurt you. I can promise you it's not going to take your business backwards. I can promise you it's not going to lose respect of the people that work with you. It just doesn't work that way. So I really try my best at this. Am I always perfect at it? No. Do I get caught up in the day-to-day things and kind of lose track of where I'm at with individuals and certain things that I intend to do with them? Yes. Am I human? Yes. But do I strive to provide a foundation and a platform that individuals can come into and go home a better person than when they came in? Absolutely. Because that's what makes it worth it for me. We get to use our company as a foundation to create better individuals in our society, in our communities, in our networks, and we have an obligation to do that as leaders. So, guys, I appreciate you tuning in today. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, a great rest of your weekend. As always, feel free to let me know if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for things that you would like to discuss with me, either on camera or like me to discuss on my own, because I am open to them. So thank you guys for the support. So far, we're at 15 episodes now. It's pretty fun. I'm still enjoying it, and I intend to show up on Wednesday. So have a good one. Reach out if you need anything. Thank you.